battle scars. You survived it.
Well, because
Really?
this is what happened. I had a mother and a father, so
Period. Oh,
That's important.
yeah. When I was young, it was two things my parents said. They said, "Don't get suspended because we will make an effort to come home every day at our lunch and we'll beat your ass. So we'll let you know you ain't supposed to be doing this." And then my father said, "If you ever go to jail, I am going to leave you there." I never tested it because I feel like he was a man of his word. So I have friends, I have acquaintances who did all the dirt and who have the battle scars. And I was like, oh yeah, my mom said I gotta go home. I do have a curfew. I would see
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I have, whenever I do shows, I did a show, I forget where it was, but it was out of state. And this lady was like, "You don't look like you from Oakland." And I was like, yeah, because I was smart enough to graduate and get out of it. So there's some of us there too, ma'am. You should learn that.
Yes. Yeah, I made it.
Yes.
we made it, y'all.
Yeah. So now when I was reading your bio, you, of course, you said you graduated, but then you went to UCLA?
Yes, went to UCLA. And my father wanted me to be a doctor. I didn't know what I wanted to be. I always wanted to be a fireman. And he was like, "You're going to be a fireman with the doctorate. You're going to be the only fireman I know with a doctorate." I was like, "I don't think it works like that, but okay." So he was like, "You don't know what your major is going to be, so you're going to be a biology major." And I was proficient. I was good in math and science. I enjoyed it, but I never wanted to be a doctor. Like when I got to UCLA and met up with folks who wanted to be doctors, like they knew, like they were like, "I want to be a doctor since I was 4." Like, and I was like, I just don't want to kill nobody. So I was like, okay, if I got to do it, I'll get into sports medicine. But then I took the MCAT, the medical school entrance exams, and I was like, ooh, I don't really want to do this at all. And I'd already started doing commercials and dabbling in stand-up comedy. So called Pops and was like, "Hey, you know what? I'm gonna be an actor in stand-up comic. So see you later."
Yeah. What do you do? I'm like waiting for the next part. Like, what do you do?
He basically was like, "You could have told me this out of high school." I was like, "I kind of did, but you didn't want to listen." But they were supportive. They were very supportive. Like my father is one of my biggest stand-up comedy fans because he likes me to make fun of him because he feels like he's part of the act at that point. So he'll come to all the shows. Like my father, I do jokes about my father that he actually thinks he actually did. I'm like, no, that would be an autobiography. This is just a joke. So he's like, I told your nephew. I said, you didn't say that. That was in my head. But it wouldn't happen.
Do we ever say, tell them the one about when y'all around family?
Every time. Yeah, tell them the one you said about the tree. You don't have to cut your tree down. You don't have to cut your grass if your tree is big enough. Yeah, tell them what I said to you. I said, you didn't say that. That's my joke about you, sir. Well, just tell them. Go ahead. Yeah.
You're doing a whole nother show at the family reunion.
Every time. Yeah, every time. Just go and give them a little something. Come on, kids. You know you funny. Like, I know.
Proud.
Like, put it on YouTube. Just turn on YouTube. No, don't do that. Don't do that. He's proud. No. He likes to
be just as proud.
He's like I'm the comedy pit bull that they bring to the party. Like, sick him, kid. They sick him. I'm like, no. I don't feel like getting off the chain this time. King is not gonna be loose right now. I'm sitting there.
You know how they make the kids dance in front of other people? That's Kenté. Hey, he just learned this dance. He know how to do that dance.
Yeah. And I should have known because when I was little, that's what they used to do. They were like, "Kid, come on down here and do the robot." I'm like, "I'm supposed to be asleep. I got school tomorrow." This is Marvin Gaye. It never ends. We wake up to bed.
Before I let go.
Yeah. Hey. Show us how to do that, boy. Show it. I'm going to sleep. I'm 10. Leave me alone.
Yeah. I got school.
Yeah.
So now, where was your heart? What was pulling at your heart more, acting or comedy?
I tell people it's like having two loves, but you can't choose. It's like two children. Like I always say, it's two loves, but women be like, "Well, you better pick one." So it's like two children that you birthed and grown. You love them both. You don't have a favorite, but when one is doing something, then you're like, "Yeah, I'm here with you." Like when acting is popping, I'm all into acting. And what I love about acting is I get to do stuff that people don't normally think that Kenté will do. Like, acting is one of the safest places where a Black man can cry and nobody judge him. So all of that.
True.
I didn't know you can get that dramatic. I didn't know you can get that deep. So I love that about acting. The comedy I love because it's my voice. Like it's I write it. It's my delivery. It's from me. And people are like, I didn't know you was that funny. I'm like, well, because you're not in my head. It's a lot going on up in here.
Yeah, stick around.
Exactly.
You might laugh.
Yeah, so I love them equally, but for different reasons. So they'd be like, if you had to give up one, which one would you give up? I'd be like, well, I'd give up comedy because then I could just do comedy movies and then play a comedian in the movie. Aha, I got you.
Yeah.
Loophole.
Exactly. Well, I didn't see you do no Christmas. What did I tell you? Black people always got a Christmas movie, Christmas comedy, something. It's like 30 of them that come out
Right.
Christmas time.
This Christmas, I mean, just all kind of stuff.
Last Christmas, this Christmas, tomorrow's Christmas.
Right.
We love Christmas.
We do.
Yeah.
Y'all excited about Christmas, and I haven't. So 2021,
It's coming.
the goal is to be the Christmas movie just for you.
Won't speak
like,
it.
You'll be like, this Negro's in a Christmas movie. Like, here he is.
You made it.
Yeah. Be like, I made it for Christmas. That's the title.
You know, it's good the fact that you had the support from your family. I watched last night documentary on, it's called Giving Voice on Netflix.
Okay.
And it is outstanding about these kids who compete in the August Wilson competition.
Okay.
And it was this one kid who he basically told his family basically was like, oh, you know, this fluke, him want to be an actor because he was in sports and stuff like that. And all of the kids that they had showcased are doing something big now.
Mm-hmm.
But it was just different just to see him have no support.
Right.
And go out there. And it's so great when you do have support. It's like you can soar more when you got people pushing you that's got your back. It's a really, 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 really good documentary. It's called Giving Voice. It's on Netflix and it's about us. And
I'm checking it out. Check it out. Yep. But yeah, my parents have always been like that. Like they've been supportive, but they'll tell you what they really would like you to do. Like I was in high school probably 150 pounds, but you couldn't tell me I wasn't playing football. And I was good at football because I thought I was going to inherit my father's height and weight. Never got it. That's not the point. But my mother was like, okay, because I forged her name for the release form. And I was like, I'm playing football. If I don't play football, I ain't playing tennis. She was like, I'm going to come watch you play football. But if you get hurt, don't come crying to me. So that's the kind of support they gave.
That's cool.
Support you, but don't come over here. We told you not to do it in the first place if you get hurt. So that's kind of what it was with even the comedy and acting. They're like, we support you, but as long as you graduate. So you graduate, okay, now we support you. Don't come asking me for no money.
Period.
Yeah.
So what did you get first? Your first stand-up gig or your first role in a commercial show, movie?
First acting, because I got into acting first. Like I got into acting, like I didn't come to LA to be an actor. I was, like I said, playing sports and football. I came to UCLA, but I was just there. And my freshman year, I was in the gym getting ready to play pick up basketball game, and these guys came in and was like, you want to do a commercial? And they asked me and a couple other guys and took our pictures. And then 2 days later, I ended up getting booked for a Cleveland Power Company commercial and got the checks when they started coming in. And I was like, oh, this is nice. This works really well. So I tell people that acting in the entertainment world chose me. I didn't choose it because I wasn't even looking for it. And so to answer your question, the commercials and TV came first. I didn't even get on a stand-up stage till probably my senior year in college. And that's because my mother came out here and she was like, I'm tired of you joking at the Thanksgiving table and giving all these jokes away for free. So I'm not leaving LA until you get on stage somewhere. So after about a week, I went up to the Comedy Store in Hollywood and got on and did 3 minutes, and they laughed just enough for me to come back and try it again.
That's right. I know that's right.
Yeah.
So now, what was your first major role?
My first speaking role was on In the House with LL Cool J.
Yes, I remember.
Yeah, and I think my line was, "Hey, Marion, I'm your biggest fan." That was it. That was it. But
that was it.
That was enough.
Good. Yeah, it was a start, right?
And
He
and on
said
that
speaking role.
yeah, because I've had another ones where you just be like,
Yeah, I think you get a couple more dollars if you're speaking, right?
You get a lot more dollars. You get the union card. You get a lot going on when you're speaking. Yeah.
That's Wiley Films.
Right.
So now from In the House, where'd you go? Did you go to Moesha or?
From In the House, I think I did from In the House, then it was ER, and then Smart Guy, then Moesha, then the Parkers, and then I did a movie called, and then a bunch of other guest stars, but the biggest role after that was a movie I did called They Call Me Sirr for Showtime with Michael Clarke Duncan.
Wow.
I got to play the lead character of Sir Parker, and it was like the best of both worlds because I was acting and playing football in the movie. So it's pretty much, if you haven't seen it, it's the it's what safety or the safety on Disney Plus is. The dude from Clemson. It's the same, almost the same story. So I got to play that with Michael Clarke Duncan, and then right after that, I was in Antwone Fisher, and Denzel Washington picked us 5 guys who were with Derek Luke, like handpicked us. So that was like Michael Jordan picking his first starting 5 ever. So
I know that's right.
Hanging with Denzel for 6 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That must have felt amazing to know that you were picked by Denzel Washington.
Yeah, that was like, I mean, and I had already worked, but it was like the validation that, because the audition process was grueling in that he had me and one other guy in the room with him for like 3 hours, and he would rotate other people in and out. And I didn't think about it till afterwards, but I was like, Denzel was watching me act and switch up what I do and all of that for 3 hours. And so he trusted me enough, or me and my guy Leonard enough, that he never switched us out. Like, he kept us in that room. And that we talk about that to this day. Like, that was amazing. So to know that, I mean, it's literally like Michael Jordan watching you put up jumpers and watching you do layups and being like, yeah, okay, somebody else come in and guard him. Somebody else come in and play with him. But never rotate you. You never get off the court. So
yeah,
it's just amazing because, he's one of the people I idolize and enjoy watching as a person who's honed the craft and who's like a master of it, and just to know that he was like, oh, he's good enough to hang out with me. I was like, Denzel had me hanging out with him for 3 hours. So
I know that's right.
Yeah.
And the thing about Denzel, he's done it all. Like, I was just watching Saint Elsewhere, and I didn't even know he was on Saint Elsewhere.
Yep.
Like,
Speaking of which, what was the show where he had the he was in a movie where his father was white?
Carbon Copy. And
yeah, that was good.
Yeah, the reason
that was so good.
That's because my sister is a super Denzel fan. Like, when I did Antwone Fisher, she was like, I'm coming to the set. I'm visiting you. I thought, okay.
Exactly. I know that's right.
But her claim to fame is she liked Denzel in Carbon Copy before anybody even knew who he was.
Yeah. Exactly.
That's before he got his good teeth in.
Yeah, because he didn't have the good teeth in Saint Elsewhere.
Yeah, it was like the second season of Saint Elsewhere. It was like, come on in. Because they had to pay for it. Because Saint Elsewhere paid for his teeth. And he'll tell you, he said it in things like, Hollywood fixed my teeth.
And he's done, like Fences. I didn't know that him and Viola did Fences as the play and on the movie. Wow. I'm like, we all, me, Kim, and all the kids, we all went to go see it in the movies. Then I was doing a little bit of research because I love looking up stuff. I was like, I didn't know, he versatile and all that. And that's so great to be in the room, especially with somebody like that. And he's saying, you know what, you got it.